Hello everyone. Can you hear my voice? If yes, just type yes in the chat so that I know. Uh, I'm audible. Thanks, Rupa, for letting me know. Yeah, now we can see few people joining. So yeah, if you have any question, do let me know in the chat. I'll be answering all the questions to the best of my knowledge. And yeah, I haven't done live from past few weeks because I went to Bristol and then I also had migraine for almost a week because in Bristol it was really hot, and whenever I am in some hot or little bit hotter temperature, I tend to get migraine. So it was really bad. And also in the hotel where I was staying, I was able to connect only two devices, and my laptop was not one of them, and because of which I could not stream. And also the upload speeds of the Wi-Fi was really bad. So, anyways, the stream wouldn't have been stable. So I decided not to do a buggy stream. So now that I'm back in Newcastle, I am thinking to do more live streams, and also I have a lot of videos in pipeline. So I'll be uploading those videos as well. Hello, Jasmine. I'm really grateful that you found videos helpful. But then again, I also do these kind of live streams every Saturday so that if you have any question, we can interact in a live video where I can answer your questions and you can also ask follow-up questions if you have. So I really like doing these because this way I am able to answer a lot of questions, and also uh, I can also answer many of the follow-up questions because generally we ask a question and I answer that, then you will ask a follow-up question, and then probably I will uh, check those questions after a day or two, so it will waste your time also. So I think these live streams are actually kind of really helpful because it makes a interactive session. So yeah. So here we have a question by Geeky Tech. With advanced Excel, advanced SQL, and Tableau and Power BI, would I be able to enter into data analytics field? Yeah, actually, you can do that because whenever I look for some of the data analytics roles, they tend to ask for SQL, advanced Excel, because Excel is again a very powerful tool. Many people just undervalue it, but then it's a very powerful tool. And with the visualization tools like Tableau and Power BI, it is definitely possible to get into data analytics, because I have seen many job descriptions where they have actually mentioned just these four tools. So yeah, it's totally possible. But the important thing is, do make your dashboard in Tableau, Power BI, or if you have done something in Excel, or maybe SQL, post them on GitHub, or if you are able to host your dashboard, which is made in Power BI or Tableau, and if you can show them on your resume or in your portfolio, that will give you a much better advantage over other people. How to learn the mathematical parts of machine learning. I found the advanced maths extremely complex. Any book recommendation? Uh, right now, I don't have any such book in my mind, but let me just quickly make a point of it so that I will not forget it, and I will post the link of the book or maybe name of the book once the live stream is in the comment section. So I will note it down. Yeah, all right. So yeah, I will post the link of the book or maybe the name of the book. So because in my masters there was a book, I still can't remember the title, but it was really a very nice book. And also I have a short video actually. There I mentioned some of the books, so probably that book will be there. I want to know about Northumbria University for MSc Data Science, for employability, course, etc., for international student. So Northumbria University is in Newcastle. So I have some of my friends there, and I have made a experience video, like student experience video for data science and AI both. So if you want to know detail about those, do check out those video. But in general, if I have to talk, it's a good university. They do a lot of research work as well, and they have a good name in the industry as well. And I have recently known few people who have done their masters from Northumbria University, and they've been working in the UK from past 6 7 years maybe, or maybe more than that. So I have talked about it in my previous videos as well, in live stream as well. The ranking of the university doesn't matter as long as you like the course content. And again, course content is good. So they cover all the aspect of data science. So if you want to learn data science, if you want to get into data science, you will get a very good understanding of most of the important aspect of data science. So overall, it's a good university. And on top of that, the fees is relatively cheaper as compared to other universities. Ahmed, I'm doing good. How are you? Topic for dissertation. Oh, yeah. So my topic for dissertation was synthetic data generation, and I think recently I made that repository public. I cannot give the data because the data was actually downloaded from UK Data Services, and it was provided to us by National Innovation Center of Aging. So you have to be a member of UK Data Services to download the data. But all the analysis and how the synthetic data was generated, and after generating the synthetic data, uh, I tested it on quite a lot of parameters. So if you want to just check out all the process, there is a full report there. You can check out that, and I will make a proper explanation video and also how to write reports and all. I know I have been saying this for a past few weeks, but then again I did not get much time because I had to submit my dissertation on 24th. So I was busy with that also, and then I had migraine and stuff, and then I went to Bristol as well. So there was a lot of things going on. So because of that, I could not post videos, I could not do live stream. So I apologize for that. But yeah, I'm back in Newcastle, so I'm planning to do all those things. I will do that very soon. And also currently I'm working on image segmentation. So it's a fun project which I wanted to do from quite a long. So I'm probably 50% done by now. So as soon as that is done, I'll be making video for that as well. And I have a lot of project videos coming in recent time. So I have done like all the, I will make a video for all the projects that I did as part of my master, because that way you will get a better understanding of what can be the complexity of the projects that you will get in masters. So you can be well prepared for that, at least mentally, because knowledge you will gain while going through the content as part of your masters, but being mentally prepared is one of the very most important things. So if you are someone from non-technical background, probably you will be thinking, I don't know anything about programming and stuff, so will I be able to manage? So like I've said in many videos and streams, that it is totally possible, but then you will need some time and extra dedication for that. Average salary for a data scientist field in the UK. So it depends on your experience for sure. But if you are a fresher, so you can expect from £28,000 to around £35,000. But then if you are experienced, let's say 5 6 years, then probably you can get from 35 to 40 or maybe 45. But then in if you are very exceptional with your knowledge and you have done really great work, and even if you have less experience, but then you have actually done quite a lot of work in that field, you can get around 70 80,000 pounds as well. So there is no upper limit to that, because it can go from zero experience to more experience and relevant experience also. But then at least you will be able to get around 28,000 pounds. I am a third year chemistry student. I want to apply to data science summer internship, but I have only done basic ML course. I don't have much experience. How can I best prepare for? So the thing is, if you are applying for internships and all, the important thing is you show them the work that you have done. It can be your personal projects. So whatever projects you have done, try to put them on GitHub and well documented. So it's not like just push all your code to GitHub and it's all done. Make a proper README file, so that when someone goes to your repository and if they go to README file, they will see what you have done and you have explained everything properly. And if you have multiple project directories, I highly suggest you to do projects in repository format, because sometimes what we do is we create one file, IPython notebook, and we do everything in that. So it's not a best practice, and it doesn't look good if you want to show someone. When I was learning, when I was starting out in data science, I did the same. So now when I look back, I feel like that was such a noob thing. But then that's why I'm giving that advice to you. If you're just getting started, you just go to my GitHub and see the projects that I have put. You can see I have a data directory. Probably you won't see data directory because data generally is used, so I'm not putting that on GitHub. So you will see SRC folder where I have different files for EDA, data manipulation, modeling, and a summary maybe, to tell all the results in that IPython notebook, something like that. And then I have a plots directory where I will store all my plots that I will create. If you are creating those plots in your Python notebook, Python file, and if you want to show them in your IPython notebook, then probably you want to create a plot folder. So if you want to see example of folder structure, just go to my GitHub. You will see a lot of projects there. So yeah, it's important to show your work online, because if you put them online, people will see your work and then they will know, yes, you have put in effort. So even if you are from chemistry background and you are demonstrating them that you are doing work in machine learning or data science, it will really help your profile, and it will also give you upper hand in your application process as well. Do you get time to work on personal projects to build your portfolio during your master? Yes, definitely. If you have little bit of idea about what you are going to study in masters, and if you have basic understanding of programming, and things like that. You will get time, because if I talk about myself, I have done multiple projects even before masters related to data science. I have taken courses as well, so I had a pretty good understanding of what I am about to learn and things. So the lecture videos that I had, I used to watch them on 1.5x speed and sometimes even 2x speed. So I was able to save quite a lot of time in covering the content, and the assignments used to be given to us after a week of lectures. So I had that week of time to work on my own projects, and I used to work on those things. And then as soon as the assignment used to come, I used to work on assignments. So that way I used to take out time for my personal projects. So it is totally possible, but again, it takes a little bit of effort at least, if not a lot, and also it depends on how much prior knowledge you have. So it is totally possible, but generally, for masters, the projects that you will do, if you're putting them on GitHub and if you are documenting it properly, then you will be able to put them in your portfolio and they will look good in your portfolio. But then you can also say that if in your batch you have 120 students, they will also be doing the same projects. So yes, that is there. So if you want to stand out and if you want to work on something which is very new, something like let's say text, we have GPT-3, and if you want to work on GAN, so things like that, if you want to work on very recent stuff, then probably you'll have to take out time and you have to work on those things. How this university for MSc AI, and I will have to look into the course content. So if you can post the link in the chat, I can probably quickly look just now, or maybe I will open it in a different tab and then I will look into the course content properly, and then I will reply it in the comments. So I will again note down this as well. City for MSc AI and yes, yep, that's noted down. Would you kindly share your GitHub account? If you go to the description of the stream, you can find my GitHub account. Like, I mean, you have all the relevant links there. So I'm very much approachable on all the platforms. So I always include my LinkedIn profile. I always include my GitHub profile in the comments in all the videos. You will find that. Currently, I've just now finished my internship and also my dissertation, and I'm still on student visa. And I have an offer for data science role from ThoughtWorks, but then joining was supposed to be in October, but now it has been postponed to January. So now I'm again starting to look for some other opportunity which will have joining now, because the call that I received, it was like because of this recession in the, especially in the UK, this recession and all those things are speeding up. So they were like, we are canceling a lot of offers, but we really like your profile, so we still want to keep you, but then we cannot give you joining now. So we want to postpone it for a month or so. So they postponed it till January. So, but then it seems like it's quite a long wait. So I still have that offer, but then I'm looking for another opportunity. So if I can find something, so yeah, that's what I'm doing, job hunting. How should I prepare for MSc data science? Like, which language should I be proficient in? So one thing I've noticed here in UK universities, uh, they really like R programming language. So if you want to be prepared for masters, probably you want to learn R. But also in industry, most of the companies are using Python. So these are the two languages. If you pick any, you will be fine. You don't have to worry about either of them. So once you are proficient in either of the language, it won't be really hard to pick another language. So the important, because the thing is, when I was starting to learn Python, I already had learned C++ and C. So one, but before that, I had no knowledge of programming. So to learn C++, it was kind of really hard for me. But once I had understanding of C++, it was really easy to pick up Python. But then you can say that Python is much easier than C++. So yeah, that is there, but yeah, you can learn either of the language. That should be fine. How do you think of personal project ideas? Um, it's a good question, you know. How do I think about personal projects? So it totally depends. I mean, I like to follow some of the very well-known people on Twitter, and they tend to share some recent papers like on GPT-3 or DALI or Imagen, things like that. And when I see those papers, I go through abstract. If I really like it, I try to read the whole paper, and then I get ideas from there. So let's say this image segmentation, it was on my bucket list from a very long time, but then I didn't have much time to do that, so I am doing it now. So after this, I want to work on GPT-3 because GPT-3 seems to be really good framework for text and things like that. And then from text to image, you have DALI and Imagen, so things like that. So I just tried, and I also follow a lot of people on YouTube as well. So I watch their videos, a lot of videos, and like there is Jeff Eaton, he is a professor, and then Jan Lee Kuhn. So people like that. So yeah, I just get ideas from them, so that's how I do. Or and also there are few things. What I do is when I go out and if I see some problem which I see people are doing manually, but if it can be done using machine learning or deep learning, I try to find a data set, and if I can find data set, I try to solve it using machine learning and deep learning. But if I can't find data set, because it's possible that you will know some problem, but then data is not available, so it's really hard. If you are able to generate data, then it's well and good, but if it's really hard, because one more project that I wanted to do was um, using brain signals. So if you want to, let's say I'm thinking something in my mind, and if I put a headset on my head, and if I just think about it, probably I can create a picture, or probably I can create a text out of it. So from text to image is very easy. You can use DALI or Imagen, those kind of thing. But then from your brainwave to making a text, that is kind of hard. But generating data for that was really hard, so I could not do that project. But then I'm still looking out for data set for that specific problem. So if I'm able to find a data set, it's totally I'm going to do that project. But if not, then maybe I'll see in the future. And also it's very expensive to generate that kind of data set. So if you want to buy a headset, it's very expensive. Like if you talk about in Indian rupees, it's like around 24 to 25,000 if you want a quality data. So it's expensive. And also if you go to some hospital or something, probably they won't give you that kind of data because it's a sensitive data from their patient. So yeah, it's hard. Can you suggest online courses to get basics of data science? I'm doing data analytics with Pandas course. Data science course, there are some good courses on Udemy. So I cannot remember the name of the author of the course. Again, I will put it in the list, and I will put this as well in the comments. So Udemy course for data science. Is that offer from the same company? No. The company where I did my internship, I'm still in talks, so we don't really have anything concrete as of now. So I don't know what their plan is, because they don't really rely too much on data science or machine learning. UK National University Center of Aging. So, and they're still not sure that they want a data scientist, but they really like the work that I did. So that's why we are still in conversation. So yeah, that's there. So it's not the same company. How can I learn data science? I am in fifth sem. B Tech course. Can you suggest? Yeah. What is the personal project and normal project? Are they different? No, personal project and normal projects are not different, but personal projects are like you're doing something to learn new technology or just for fun. So that's your personal project. Normal project is also something like that. But there can be a project which you're doing as part of your masters, so that you might not want to call it as your personal project because you're doing as part of some curriculum. So just that the difference. There's nothing much difference in personal project and normal project. How much DSA is required to match data scientist profile for freshers? Uh, it very much depends on company to company. Some companies really like to test your data structures and algorithm. Like when I interviewed with ThoughtWorks, uh, the first few rounds were related to data structures and algorithms and the quality of the code. How do you write all those things? So they really focus on that. But then there are few more companies, they don't really care much about DSA if you have basic understanding of all the Python data structures like list, tree, tuples, and how to use data frame in pandas, things like that. And also, if you're writing not too complex code, let's say you are using, I mean, it's really not good to use for loops on data frames because it takes quite a lot of time. So if you are good with the pandas and using numpy, and if you can avoid for loops, you are all good. So that's there. But then again, like I told you, it depends on company to company. How to improve academic report writing? So it can be a whole video to explain, but in short, Uh, usually, universities provide you bullet points what you need to cover in your report. So, if you are covering all those things in a proper sequence, you should be fine. But there are some tools that I've been using to create reports as part of my masters, and they actually helped me. Let's say there is this tool called R Markdown. It's you can it's just like a Jupyter notebook, but then you do it in your R Studio. So you can write your whole report in that, and you just do a knit, and you can generate a PDF of everything. You can exclude all the code, and you can just have all the text and figures which you want. So it's a really good tool. And when you want to publish a paper, you sometimes get template for R Markdown as well. So it's a really helpful tool, and my university really pushed us to use that tool. And at the end, I really found it to be helpful. In the beginning, you will feel like I can do it much faster in Word, or maybe in Jupyter Notebook or something. But then in long run, I think R Markdown is a better tool to generate report. And about the topics, you will get the bullet points in the handbook that they give. So that's there. A to Z machine learning. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Khalil Rimako is actually a very uh, great tutor. I really liked his course content, and it's a very good course. So yeah, that's the one. And there is one more whose name I am forgetting. So yeah, I will put that also. So this is one, and there is another which I will let you know. Why did you choose data science over software engineering? So initially, I started with software engineering itself. So I was in web development, and even when I was in Infosys, I was trained on Angular and Java, so full stack. So I did that. But when I was in my final year, before that, I had no knowledge of machine learning, and I didn't even know what actually machine learning does. So I came across this term machine learning, and I looked into it, what exactly it is, just out of curiosity. And I realized that whatever maths I learned in my school, in my bachelor first 2 years, that can be put to use in machine learning. And I really like maths. So that motivated me to learn machine learning. And then I realized that to do machine learning is not just take data and put algorithms and your model is trained. You have to process the data, you have to visualize the data and all those things. So, and they all come under the umbrella term called data science. So that's how I came to know about data science. And then I moved from software engineering to data science. It's all about interest. And the love I had for maths. So that's all. Subscribe you recently, but YouTube didn't send notification for you. Yeah, that's the thing about YouTube. Even if I post a video, and if you have click the bell icon, which sends you notification, and if you even if you have put all, what YouTube does is it sends a notification. Let's say I have 6,000 subscriber now, so it will send the notification to randomly selected maybe 1,000 to 2,000 people, and then if it will see that if you are clicking on the notification or not. So if you are clicking on the notification, probably you will get the notification next time. But then if out of 1,000 people, 800 people are clicking on the notification, then it will send to other people as well. But then if only 10 or 15 people are clicking, then probably it will not send notification to other people. So it's kind of annoying, I would say, but that's how YouTube works. So if you see from YouTube's perspective, probably they want to see if this video or if this creator is good enough or not. So probably that's how things work. And when you are below 10,000 subscriber or something, it doesn't really help the creator to grow. It's all about the community that I'm building, if they want to support me, and if they're getting some quality information from my side. So it's like that. But then when you move from, if you get a subscriber more than 10,000, probably then I've heard rumors that YouTube tries to put your videos to many people. So that's how it works. So it's that there. But then I do live every Saturday, uh, 12 p.m. UK time and probably 4:30 IST. So yeah, that's there. Then thanks for subscribing, Ayush. Why some of the high-ranking universities doesn't provide placement here, like Imperial UCL? There are mid-level universities provide the placement here. Any reason? Yeah, even I noticed that, and I'm assuming this answer, so don't quote me on this. But the thing is, the good reputation universities, they are doing a lot of research work and they have collaboration with the companies. So once you are in a market looking for job, so probably you will be able to collaborate with the company they are already working with, and probably you will be able to find something there. But the universities which are small and they don't have much collaboration with the companies. Uh, don't get me wrong, there are universities like Northumbria University, for example. They're also working with a lot of companies, but relatively they are smaller as compared to Russell Group universities, and that's why they have kept this placement here to go give their students an opportunity to still be a part of the course, but then they can go out and explore things for a year or so. So yeah, just because of that, I think they are providing placement here. I hope that is a satisfactory answer. Does the UK job market require experience for data science job profile despite being a data science postgraduate? Having experience of around 2 to 3 years definitely helps, because even though you're going to some company, they always want someone with experience rather than a complete fresher. But then it's not like they don't hire freshers. So there are many graduate roles. So they in graduate role they especially hire all the freshers, because they give you basic training, and once you are very much familiar with the culture of the company, then you can move on to other senior level. So that's there. So for freshers, it's you can obviously try for graduate role, but having experience of around 2 to 3 years is always beneficial. Does higher IELTS score compared to minimum requirement IELTS will give you an edge? I don't think so. I mean, the most important thing for you is to get the threshold marks, and for UK, for data science, most of the if you have more than 6.5, I think you should be fine, because most of the universities which I looked into, they had a cutoff of 6.5 IELTS, and no less than 6 in each module. So it was like that. So you should focus on your SOP, and you should really highlight why you want to join that specific university. You should not write a generalized SOP. Try to make it very personalized to each and every university you're applying to, and also try to highlight the work that you have done. If you have done Personal projects, if you have taken some course, mention that. If you have done projects under that course, mention those as well. You don't have to explain in depth, but give them a brief idea that you are actually interested and you're genuinely interested in the course in the university. So that's all what matters, and obviously your bachelor's marks contribute to a greater extent. What are the requirements to switch from student visa to work? How much does it cost? Is it difficult to get? So first I will answer student visa to work visa. So in the UK we get 2 years of post-study work visa, and you should at least apply 8 weeks before your visa is about to expire, and it costs around £2,000. So that's there, and you can only apply for post-study work visa after you get your degree certificate or confirmation from the university that you have passed the course. So that is the requirement. And is it hard to get a sponsorship? So the thing is, few months before it was not super hard, but now with everything inflation and recession, companies are also trying to cut down on the cost as much as they can. So they are trying to push you to take post study work visa, but then uh, student which I have talked to, student from previous years, so they are like, even if you take post study work visa and if you work for like 6 7 months, and if you are able to show them that you are actually worth investing in, they will be more than happy to sponsor your visa. So it works like that. But so if you are finishing your course in September, and if you have joining, let's say in September or by the end of September, so you will be working for a month or so. So if you are able to impress your manager in like a month, probably they will sponsor your visa, and you won't have to take post-study work visa, even though during hiring process they asked you to take post-study work visa. So it's like that. So it is kind of difficult, but it is totally possible to find something like that. Right now, even I'm trying to find a sponsorship job, but I'm not very much focused just for sponsorship jobs. So if they are giving me some joining which is much sooner, maybe in September, so I'll be fine with that. Where do you see your career heading in 5 years? It's like an interview question. Do you think data science is a declining field or oversaturated? Oversaturated, maybe yes, but if you are interested in that and if you are willing to learn new things, like I told you, I keep looking out for some new paper, research paper, and new things that are coming, and I always try to learn those things. So for me, it's all about interest and not exactly if it is declining or dying field. And like I told you, I came to data science not because it is the sexiest job. I didn't even know that there is a data scientist job role. I was mainly focused for machine learning, but then after that, I realized that there is something umbrella term called data scientist. So for me, it's more about interest. And if in 5 years I am able to, let's say, become a principal data scientist, that should be fine for me. I mean, I don't want much from it because I have my own things to do, because I don't want to rely only on the job that I will be doing. I always do these personal projects, and you will see when I will make those videos, like project videos, you will see like the projects that I have done. So I do those kind of fun projects for myself. So, and also I will post them on YouTube as well. So YouTube is also there for me. So yeah, for me it's like if I'm a principal data scientist or something like that, I'm totally fine with it, and I'm not worrying about if it's a dying or declining field or if it's oversaturated. Oversaturated, I can say probably is because most people now are trying to become data scientists, so it is highly competitive. So yeah, if you are able to build upon your skills, if you are able to improve your skills, and not just technical skills, it's important to have soft skills as well as a data scientist, because you will be interacting with a lot of stakeholders, and most of the stakeholders will not be from technical background. So if you are explaining them what is hypothesis testing, and if you're using all the technical terms like p value and all those things, it will just blow off their mind and they will not understand. So it's important to make them uh, understand in a very easier way. So yeah, that is what you should focus on. So it's important to focus on your soft skills as well. My friend told me his counselor didn't charge him for getting him admit in Essex. He is also doing MSc data science. Is the same for, yeah, usually these counselors they don't really charge any fees to you. Probably they have collaboration with the universities and also with the uh, loan providers, banks, and all those things. So they make their money by giving your details to them. So they don't really charge you in this regard. But it's important that you select your university on your liking, because when you go to, let's say there is one counselor A and counselor B. If you go to counselor A, they will provide you a set of university for the same course, and if you go to counselor B, they will provide you the set of university for the same course. So it's like they're not providing you all the universities. If you just look for universities in the UK, there are more than 100 universities, and probably they will provide around 15, 16, 20, 30, 50 maybe. So like that, but it will be based on what they feel is better or what they can make most out of. So it's important that you do your own research. You There are few websites like QS World Ranking and UK Times ranking. So it's not about ranking, but then just go there and see what all universities are there. Go to their website, check out their course content. If you like the course content, try to talk to people from those universities and get more information out of it, and then apply to those universities. So it's important that you do your own research and just not rely on counselors. Do any work experience from India count, or does one only be considered an experienced candidate if we she from? No, if you have work experience in India, it does count, and if you have relevant work experience, then it's much better. So your work experience is relevant even if it's in India or in the UK. Ayush, you're all good. I mean, 6.5 is fine, and 6 in each module, so that's totally fine. Is Lancaster University good? It's not a Russell group, but it's highly ranked. Yeah, I have heard about this university, and it's actually good. And I think I remember the course content of this university. So their course content was also good. So if you are satisfied with the course content and if the fees is in your budget, then it's a very good university. Can I know which are important programming languages for data science? At this point, Python and R, Julia is also getting some popularity. So yeah, Deepak answered the question. So yeah, Python and R are the most popular language for now. But if you want to try something new, maybe you can try Julia as well. Lead code. I really like lead code. So whenever I get bored, I just go to lead code. I mean, it's been a while I haven't gone to lead code because I was already really busy with my other things. But whenever I used to get bored, I used to go to lead code and solve some problems. So it really helped me to understand the programming language, how it works, and what uh, tools it has to offer. So in Python, things like I'm taking very basic example. So string length, if we want, we can use alien function. But then if you don't know that there is alien function in Python, you will probably end up writing the whole code. You will iterate over the string, and then you will increase the counter and all those things. So it made me understand about the programming language and what all things are there, and things which I can already use out of the box, which I don't have to manually code. So in that regard, yeah, obviously lead code helped me a lot. Uh, Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I mean, all the best for you also. I mean, yeah, I do every Saturday, and probably I will, if I have time. I mean, I have few interviews as well. So if I get time from those things, I will try to do more live streams if possible. And I have a lot of videos in pipeline, so I have to do those as well. So yeah, I'll keep doing these things. Is there a scope without DL in data science? Yes, definitely. There are many fields like banking and healthcare where they rely heavily on machine learning rather than deep learning, simply because of the fact that uh, still deep learning is more or less like a black box. And if you want to train your deep learning properly, you need tons of data. So even if you have tons of data, sometimes it takes quite a lot of time to train your deep learning network. So that's there. And also machine learning algorithms are more explainable. So if machine learning algorithm is telling that uh, this email is a spam or something, it will also tell you why it thinks that these emails are spam. And deep learning tends not to do that. There are some tools which we can use to explain which features are important in deep learning as well, but at this point it is still in research, and it's kind of hit or miss. So still many areas, like I told you, health sector and banking sector, they rely heavily on machine learning. Is Harriet University good for data science? I need to look into the course content, but from the things I've heard about the university, it's good. So it has good reputation in the market. But as for data science and the course content, I still need to look into it. So I don't know. I'll just note it down again. So Harriet Watt. Were you able to get any scholarship from Newcastle University? Yeah, I had a scholarship of around £4,000. It's not significant comparing considering the fees of £24,000, but having something is better than nothing, right? So yeah, I had a scholarship of £4,000. Yeah, Ayush is also interested in Harriet Warren University, so I'm assuming they have good course content as well. Do you recommend working part time during masters if I'm not? What I would suggest you is for first semester, I would highly suggest you to focus on your course and try to get familiarized with how things work, because it's very different here than what we had in India. It's very project based. Maybe some universities will also have written exams, so it's like that. So if not first a whole first semester, at least try to give 2 to 3 months, and once you are comfortable and if you think you can squeeze out some time, it's totally possible to do part-time work. The scholarship that you got, was that vice chancellor scholarship or something else, and did you get it by default or no, I think it was not by default because I applied for it. Was, I think it was vice chancellor. I don't remember the name exactly, but it was something close to that because I applied for two scholarships. One was 4,000 and one was 10,000. So I applied for both, and I don't exactly remember which was vice chancellor. So yeah, I applied for two scholarships and I got the 4,000 one. But when I talked to some of my batchmates, most of them had applied for that, and majority of them had got. So I think you can say that it was by default, but then I had to apply for that. Hmm, is there any one campus place? Is there any on campus? They don't really have on campus placements, but they do conduct job fairs. So you can go there, you can email your resume to them. The companies, they come, they tell you what all openings they have. Some have data science openings, some have software engineering openings. So those kind of things happen, and you can go and you can give your resume there. So it's like that. there is no on campus here. Does experience in advanced Excel and Power BI count in? Yes, it does, because companies do try to handle data in Excel form and CSV as well. CSV can be opened in Excel if you want to analyze in Excel. So yes, definitely you can do that. And for dashboarding, you can do Power BI. One of my friend has got a job as a Power BI developer. So yes, definitely you this knowledge will definitely give you an upper hand for these kind of jobs. Which data science expertise earning high salary or more demand, like healthcare, supply chain, banking, or finance, or any other? Domain knowledge is important. So healthcare is healthcare wants to utilize this machine learning quite a lot. So machine learning and data science in general is getting quite a lot of popularity in healthcare sector. Banking is using it for a quite long time, and I don't see any reason not using it in the future. So these are also there. Supply chain is also good, as I don't really have much expertise in supply chain. So, but then few of the companies that I know, they are actually trying to make use of this. So I can't really comment on the high salary because I don't have numbers with me. But it depends on your interest. So if you are in healthcare, I'm pretty sure that you will try to learn more about the domain knowledge as well, along with the technical skills. So that will fetch you a higher salary than someone who has pure technical knowledge. So it's like that. So domain knowledge is very important in data science. What was the total cost including the living expense? So uh, my course was around 20,000 pounds, so that was my fees. And previously, where I used to live, my living expense was around uh, 400 pounds monthly. And now, where I'm living, it's 600 because rent has increased. So mm, I can say that around plus 4 to 5,000 pounds more. So total expense was around 25,000 pounds. So that was my overall experience. Right, your scholarship must have been vice chancellor. Uh, one cause that one is for, yeah, exactly. Fees for MSc now, yeah, exactly. Fees is actually increasing every year because the year when I applied, before that it was around 22 or something. So they're increasing the fees quite drastically, and it's not just Newcastle University. It's like most of the universities are doing the same thing. So yeah, the fees is increasing quite drastically, and also living expense and all, it is also going up. Because I still remember that at least 3 to 4 months back, when I went to buy milk, like 3.4 liter milk, it was around 1.7 pound or something. And last month it was 1.9 months, and yesterday I went to buy, it was 2.1 pounds. So yeah, it is getting expensive. Everything is getting expensive. I'm studying. eh, I'm studying. Made 1 2 projects with help, but I don't feel confident. Should I join iNeuron kind of thing? Can you suggest some, or any training course people in the UK are called? These courses, I think India has a very competitive market where people are trying to push courses quite a lot as compared to UK. So I would suggest taking course in India. And I know, to learn concepts, if you are thinking that you still lack in terms of knowledge, I think iNeuron is not that expensive. I mean, if you can type in the fees as well, that would be great. Because I remember they used to do uh, community something where the course was around 3,000 3,000 Indian rupees or something. So it was really worth, but now I don't know what is the fees of the course. So if you feel you want to learn concepts, then you can take that. And if you are more into live classes, then probably it will help you. I personally like recorded lectures because I can pace my own learning, so that's there. But I think their course content is good. So if you are liking in concepts, then definitely you can go for iNeuron. But then if you want even cheaper courses, probably you can go for A to Z course on Udemy. In offer you can sometimes get for like 300 Indian rupees. So that's there, and I think they cover quite a lot of concepts, and from that you will learn how to handle a whole data science project. Which unis did you apply to and got admit from? I applied to quite a lot of universities, maybe 8 universities or something, and I have a video on my channel, so where I discussed about all the universities I applied to probably last year. If you find a video, if you try to find a video, you have to go all the way back to last year, maybe in July or August. So there you can find, because uh, I can't really remember, but if I have to name some of the universities, I can tell you: Queen Mary University, uh, University of Glasgow, Newcastle University, University of Edinburgh. Um, yeah, these are the universities I applied to. I can't remember other universities, but yeah, and I had offer from all the universities except for University of Edinburgh, simply because I applied too late. Because initially I thought the fees is really high, and at that point the fees was around 35,000 pounds, which was out of my budget, so I didn't apply. But then I thought there is nothing wrong in applying, and probably if I can get some scholarship or something, so I applied really late, and by that time I think I had no option, or I didn't have much chance to get an offer from that. So uh, except for University of Edinburgh, I got offer from all the universities. I'm really bad at cooking. Any tips for me how to get food there for cheap? You really need to learn cooking, because I had no idea how to cook things. I literally didn't know what to cook. But after coming here, I tried cooking things, and I got help from my friend, because she told you can make fried rice using these things. So now what I do is I just replace rice with other things, like I put potato, so it becomes potato curry. I put couscous, it becomes couscous. So I do all those kind of tricks, and it works for me. So you need to learn those things. Food, if you want to buy outside, it's not cheap. Even if you want to buy meal deals and stuff, it will cost you at least £3 uh, for one time, so £6 in a day if you are eating just two times. So it will get really expensive, and I'm not sure until when it will be £3. Maybe they will increase that as well. So it's important that you learn a little bit of cooking, and trust me, if I can cook, you can do that too. So it's not that hard. Is total 20 lakhs enough for MS in Ireland and UK, including everything? It depends on course university. So in Ireland also there are some expensive universities, in UK also. But if your fees is around 13 to 14 lakh, and you are not living in London, then probably yeah, it's possible. Canada or UK, which is worth to do masters in data science, which is good in terms of future? Um, as for Canada, I looked into some of the universities and courses, but I personally felt like the course content of UK universities were better than as compared to Canada. And UK also has a good job market for data science, but then it's kind of easy to get PR in Canada. So if you get PR, you have indefinite amount of time to find job. So that's there. And also once you go to Canada, you have easy access to US market as well. So that's there. And US market is definitely the biggest market in the world. So that's there. And if we just talk about Canada, My friend is doing masters from Canada, so she is perfectly satisfied with the course. And actually, she did masters in computer science, but then her thesis and all those things, the modules she selected, it was mainly machine learning and deep learning. And in terms of job as well and internships, so she is satisfied with that. So I can say that you won't feel like you won't regret going to Canada as well if you really like Canada. And if PR is your top priority, then definitely Canada is better than UK, because in UK it's like you have to stay in UK for 5 years on sponsored visa. So your education and PSW doesn't count to your 5 year time period. So in the worst case, it can be 8 years in the UK. So that's there. In terms of job market, both are fine. How was academics different from India? Was it stressful or were you able to? I personally think I liked here simply because everything is project based and you don't have to learn and remember all those things, because I had a really hard time in India to remember all those things. Programming and mathematical subjects were fine, but then there were those theoretical subjects like computer networks, where I had to remember all the protocols, which was really hard. And in the first year, we had chemistry. So remember all those equations and exceptions. It was nightmare for me. And here you have to do projects. You have to justify why you selected a certain algorithm and all those things, which I am totally fine with. So I personally like this setup as compared to what we had in India. So it totally depends. Do you like practical based learning, project based evaluation, or do you like to give written exams? So it's like that. Bro, I'm really poor at maths. Can I take up data analytics or data science? Yeah. So it's not like you have to be really good at maths. Because see, there are two aspects of machine learning or data science. One is the applied part, where you will be using all the different packages and you will do all the things. And there is this research or development part, where you actually need machine learning. And if you are into deep learning, you will need to know how backpropagation works. So those kind of things. So for data analytics, you need to brush up on your statistics, because if you are telling your stakeholder that this is my analysis, then they might ask you how much confident are you. So you need to tell them statistically that you are in this kind of confidence interval. So you need to be a little bit proficient on your statistics. So as long as you are able to cover your statistics, you should be fine. And it's not like you have to be very advanced in mathematics. Did all of the unis had application fees you apply to? No, in the UK you don't have any application fees, but in Canada, yes, there are application fees. So in the UK you can apply to like all the 100 universities and you don't have to pay a single penny. But then it can be really hard to apply to all the 100 universities. Do you recommend Northumbria University if the fees is itna pound and compared to so the thing is, if I talk about the exposure and the exposure that you have towards the industry and the collaboration that Newcastle University has with the other companies, I think Newcastle has upper end. But again, I haven't seen Northumbria University from inside, so probably they have their own huge research center and all, so it could be possible. So that's there. But then again, there is almost £1,000 difference. So if you are looking for, obviously everybody is looking for job after their course. So in that case, it's totally possible to do your course from Northumbria University, gain good knowledge, and find a job. So yes, if you want to save some money, you can go for Northumbria University, but make sure. But then, if the fees of the course is less, sometimes you tend to get wrong crowd in the university. So that's there. So try to make sure that you don't get into that crowd and you be yourself. You learn things properly and try to make your own portfolio and try your best to improve your skills. So if you can do that, then probably Northumbria University is perfectly fine for you. And one more difference is that uh, in Newcastle University, the learning is really very fast paced because you get 1 month to cover two modules, whereas in Northumbria University you cover one module or maybe two modules in 3 months. So it's like that. It's not like they are covering less or more, but the thing is they're giving more time to learning and projects and all. So if you are very new to data science, you should go for Northumbria University. But if you have prior knowledge and if you want to explore more things, then probably you can go for Newcastle University. So that's there. If £23,000, I mean, it's significantly more than £14,000. So I cannot say that if you don't sweat on 23k pound, just go for Newcastle University. So I can't say that, but yes, if you don't mind paying that much for the research work that Newcastle is doing, and if you want to get indulged in those kind of things, then for me it was perfectly worth it to pay that much. So I can say that. But Northumbria University is well worth 14k pound. I'm not good at coding, but good at mathematics. Should I go with data science or business analytics? Uh, so Chitra, learning coding is not hard, but it depends if you have interest in that. So if you can invest around a month maybe just to explore programming, and if you are actually liking it or not, at first it will be sort of nightmare, because I remember 2014 when I started learning programming, and my lecturer wrote x is equal to x plus 1, and I was from mathematical background, and I was like, how can x is equal to x plus 1? It was not possible. So I was like, it was completely out of my mind. So it can be kind of daunting at first, but try to explore programming, and if you like it, then in 6 7 months it's totally possible to learn Python. So yeah, you can go for data science, because I personally think data science will give you little more salary, but then again, it depends on company to company, seniority, role, and all those things, and experience. So that's there. And I'm personally biased toward data science because I like the challenge of data science, and business analytics seems kind of easy work for me. I mean, I don't know. I like to have challenge. I don't get me wrong. I don't get offended. But yeah, that's just my view. How can I gain confidence in data science? How can I approach for internship? I am in need of validation that yes, I'm doing. Um, so one thing, if you are in our Telegram group, so do your project, and it's totally okay if you are googling things, because searching things on the internet is part of data science or even a software developer. We Google literally every line of code. So if you are googling things, don't feel like you're not good at it. But the important thing is you know what you are searching for, so that is something which is important. So do that, and put all your work on GitHub in proper documentation, proper folder structure, and all those things. So that way it will look good. And once you do your project, I would highly suggest every one of you. So if you are in our Telegram group, and if you are not in Telegram group, link will be in the description, so you can join that and do your projects and make your repository public and share your link. Ask for feedback from people, and if you want, you can also write articles on Medium. You did some project, so let's say you did a very simple project on iris dataset, and you wanted to predict the species. So you did that, and write a proper documentation, comment your code properly, share that repository uh, in the Telegram group, and ask other people, what do you think about this project? I did this project. And you can also be very truthful about what help you took from outside, what help you took from others, what concepts you were lacking on. So mention all those things in the group, because there nobody is to judge you, right? Because we all are learning, and it's important to help each other. So post your links there, and once people see your work, probably they will also get motivated. And if someone with a good knowledge, and if they think in some way or the other this work can be improved, they will give you feedback there. And sometimes critical feedbacks are also good. So if somebody says like you did this wrong or that wrong, don't get demotivated with that, because we are still learning. So take that feedback and try to improve in your next project. So it's important to share your work with your community, and probably ask validation there. And if you get positive feedback, then probably you can say that yes, you are doing good. And it's never late to try for internship. So you can apply now if you already have some projects in your portfolio. So you can start applying now and go for interviews. And even if you fail in like 50 interviews, don't get demotivated, because from each interview you will take uh, something, because you will know that okay, I missed out on this question, on that question. So it's not like just sit in front of the interviewer and answer all the question, and if the questions you are not able to answer, just forget them. So don't do like that. Try to remember those questions. And if you have a sheet of paper, probably usually you can write a question on your paper like you are missing out on this topic, and probably you can revise that afterwards. So it's important to share your work. It's important to start applying for internships, and try to see where you are excelling and where you are lacking. So it's all part of trying things. And does all the unis in the UK have practical based learning, or are there? There are some universities which are taking exams, but then all of the universities have the projects and coursework. So most of the universities are practical based learning. But then, along with that, they are also conducting exams as well. Like University of Glasgow has, at least last year they had written exams. So that was the reason why I didn't go for Glasgow. And also the city is expensive. Did you have any math heavy course like calculus and advanced statistics? As part of my master's course, in the beginning, we had statistical foundation and statistical learning. In that, we had basic calculus, probability, and all those things. So, now I won't say it was very heavy, but it was good enough to get someone to speed if they are not from mathematical or technical background. I just completed my graduation this year, BSc in computer science, and I am looking for masters in data science. Please suggest some good country for masters, as I having 15 years of education. Uh, uh, so if you are on a budget, Germany could be a good option. But I've heard that if you know German, you will be able to fetch more opportunities. So if you are good at learning languages, then probably Germany is the best place to go. But if you're looking for countries, English speaking countries, you have US, Canada, UK, and Australia. So US is definitely huge, and job market is really big. So that could be your, but then again, it's expensive as well. So if it fits in your budget, then you can go for US. And for some European countries like Netherlands, maybe France as well. So they are really good countries to study in, because they are very fast growing countries. So those can be a good option as well. So for now, what I would suggest you is try to look into the pros and cons of all the countries. And because it's not just about education and stuff, you also need to consider the factors like what will be the cost of living, and climatical conditions, because if it is too cold and you don't like cold, then it will be hard. But if you like cold, so it's totally fine. So you need to see a lot of things. So for now, just research about all the countries which you find is well suited for you. Based on that, you can go for that. So yeah, these are the countries that you can try. Is it easy to get job in UK after completing MSc in data science? 1 year program without placement year. I think placement year is not compulsory or mandatory for you to get a job, because some of my friends who are in Northumbria University provides placement year. They didn't take it, and they are getting interview calls and also it's totally fine, because as long as you are getting interview call, that means that employers are interested in your profile. After getting a call, it's up to you that how well you're performing in the interview. So that's there. So yes, it is totally possible to find a job without placement here. But if you want to have, if you want to be on a safer side, and if you are fresher, if you don't have any experience, then probably you can go for placement here as well. Thank you so much for organizing this. No worries, Jasmine. I mean, I really like doing this. Are job prospects any better if I get into any Russell Group uni like uh, if you are going to King's College or those kind of university like University of Edinburgh, then probably it will make a huge difference. Uh, but then, like I told you, the universities in Russell Group have really good collaboration with all the industries, like companies in the industry. So you might well be able to find internship in those companies and then probably uh, make it to a full time. So that is what it gives you upper hand. But if you are applying through some job portal, then it doesn't really matter. It all comes down to what projects you have in your portfolio, what type of portfolio you have made, so all those kind of things. So in that regard, no, it doesn't make much difference. I think you are right about that crowd part about nothing. Right? Yeah, exactly. Because I heard from my friends like they are studying in Northumbria University, so they did really good to keep them apart from that kind of crowd. I am in Telegram. I will start putting there. I followed your way of making portfolio. Thank you. Yeah, that's great, Deepak. I'm sure it will help you and whoever is here. And if you are also in our Telegram group, make sure you also post your projects there and also share your feedback to other as well. For me, the thing is, I'm managing a lot of platforms like Telegram is there and also LinkedIn is there. A lot of questions are there on LinkedIn, and then comment section is also there. So my priority list is like I try to answer all the questions on YouTube comments, because that way it is visible to a lot of people, so people will be able to see those. After that, I go to LinkedIn and I answer. But from past few weeks, like I told you, I've been really busy, so I could not answer comments or LinkedIn. And then I also check into Telegram group as well. As for Telegram, I don't really look into the personal messages, so that's there. So yeah, if you are posting into Telegram group, and if I happen to uh, see the links are there, and if and the projects are really interesting, then I can share feedback or two from my side as well. Can you please make a video on how to create and organize your GitHub profile and how to do academic writing? Yes, definitely. I can do that. I have actually put down both the points in my list already, so I will make the video for these topics as well. What's your opinion on DataQuest? DataQuest is a really great platform. When I was starting out in data science, so that time they had a lot of free content, and then after that they started to charge few things. So let's say you are going through EDA or stuff, so few topics in EDA part was free, so you can try those things. So I really liked it, and the free content was good enough to get you a basic understanding of whole data science life cycle. So I think on the right hand side you have all the topics, and maybe on the left hand side I think you have all the topics, and on the right hand side you have the uh, command line interface, or I think text editor, so you could write your code there. So I personally think it's a good one. So if you if you first, I would tell you to go through all the free content, and if you think your skills are improving, then probably you can pay for the paid part as well. In UK, how much amount of money make in a year as a graduate data scientist and as well as a senior? So it varies from 28,000 pounds to all the way up to 80,000, 90,000, even 100k, depending on being a fresher and if you have several years of experience. What kind of UG academics are undergrad academics are top unis looking for? Mm, As for data science, it's kind of interdisciplinary course, but most of my, not exactly most of my batchmates, but kind of around 30 to 40% people were from computer science or related background. But then, as you can see, there were around 50 to 60% of the people, they were from healthcare background, electrical, mechanical, civil, statistics. So they were from all type of different backgrounds. So they don't really have any specific uh, choice for what you did your undergrad in. But yeah, if you can just show them that you have done some projects in data science and you are actually interested in those things, you should be fine. Which university is good for MSc in data science? Coventry, University of Leicester, Greenwich, Warwick, Aston. Among all these, I think Warwick is the best one. Um and maybe after that, Leicester, Coventry, Aston, and then Greenwich. Yeah, so that should be my ranking because I have got very frequent queries related to these universities. So I remember these universities. I am new to data analytics and I am also currently job searching in India to gain some experience. For the same, could you recommend me some beginner data analytics portfolio projects? Data analytics project. So COVID is kind of very trendy. So if you want to analyze COVID data set, you can do that. But also the financial market is actually very up and down these days. So if you can get a really good quality data for financial market of recent years, so probably you can do that and try to make it interactive and not just matplotlib's static plots. So you can make them interactive using Plotly. So Plotly is a really good tool. If you want to use Dash, you can use Dash to put it in a proper format. Or if you want to go for Power BI or Tableau, you can do that as well. So try to use those tools and don't just put everything static. Try to make them dynamic and interactive. So it will be really fun. So yeah, if you can analyze COVID dataset or maybe uh, financial data set for recent years. So I think that should be a good project for your portfolio for data analytics. And if you have interest in any of the field, go for the data set. But the important thing is how well you are visualizing them and how well the stakeholder is able to get all the insights without you having to say a word. So that is more important. Did you write SOP on your own or did you got it written? I wrote it on my own, so I don't really like going through consultancy for those kind of things, and I don't really rely on consultancies for things like that. Yeah, so I wrote all the SOPs for all the universities by myself, and it's not like I wrote them in just one sitting or something. It took me like a month to come up with the first SOP that I came because I took multiple iterations. So yeah, it takes time, but you have to be very uh, you have to be very thoughtful about what you want to tell the universities, what you have already done. So it's better to write on your own if you are good at writing. I purchased premium for 1 year uh, in DataQuest. Thanks for your suggestion. Yeah, that's good. I mean, it's a very good platform, and I have positive feedbacks for that. So I hope you will find it helpful, and you will learn good amount of things. And after that, probably if you want to go for masters, internship, job, I hope you get that. All the best. If data science is getting saturated, what can one do to set oneself apart? Um, Try to pick up recent technologies, like maybe if you want to be in data science or if you want to be in machine learning, try to pick up on new things like MLOps, MLOps, yeah, Auto ML, things like that, and also recent technologies like GPT-3, GAN, and all those things. So yeah, try to learn those things so that you stay up to date, and you're not like other people who are just doing that uh, traditional machine learning stuff and deep learning things, and same project, that same classification and regression problem that everybody is doing. So try to do different type of projects, try to learn new things that we have in the market. I recently graduated from civil engineering, looking forward to switch my career. Which should I choose, data analytics or business analytics or data science with data analytics? Data business analytics is very different. Data science is umbrella term for data analytics. So if you are doing data science, you will eventually learn data analytics as well. So business analytics is something that you take problem from your stakeholder, you convert that problem from layman term to technical term, and then pass it on to your data analysis team or your technical team. So that's the job of business analyst. So if you are interested in that, then definitely business analytics is for you. But if you want to be on the technical team, you can go for data science, and as part of that, you will learn data analytics as well. Can you tell about job market related to data science and if the salary is sufficient for survival? It also depends on the lifestyle that you want. So to live a decent lifestyle, yes, it is definitely sufficient enough. But if you have all the other interests, then probably you will need to earn more. But yeah, for me, I think it's definitely uh, sufficient enough. Is it okay to go for course after graduation, or MS is good? Uh, Let me have a water first. So any course cannot compete with masters, because in masters it's not about the technical skills and stuff. You will get probably equal amount of technical skill from a course and from masters, but the amount of exposure that you get in masters, uh, if you come out of India, then you meet a lot of people from different countries, different background. You talk to them how they think and how things are being done in another country. So you learn those things, and then your mind actually opens up, and you think about things in a very different way. So that's there. So if you have a budget, and even if you want to do masters in India, you can do that. But if you have a budget and if you want to go out, then I would say masters is a better option. But if you are low on budget and if you just want to get into data science, then probably take a course in India. And but before taking course, if you are very new, then I will say try to learn from open source material like YouTube and stuff. There are tons and tons of good material there. But then again, it gets kind of hard to figure out which content is good or not. So I have a data science notes. Probably you can use that as a reference, maybe if not for a sole learning material, because I have covered all the topics in that. So you can read through that, and if you find some topic which you are not able to understand from the notes, you can go to YouTube and you can search for the topic. I'm pretty much sure that you will find the topic on YouTube as well. So you can learn from that. And once you feel like yes, you actually like that, and probably you want to take a next step, then you can go for some course, because that way you will be able to traverse through the course really quickly. So that should be the path that you should follow. That's the thing, that what I think. But if you feel like taking a course right away is a better option for you, then definitely go for that. How did you prepare for IELTS? So on YouTube, if you search for listening practice problem, you will get like tons and tons of listening practice. So I practice my listening there. And for writing, if you Google, you will find lot of writing topics for IELTS. So I did writing from there. For speaking, I asked my friend to sort of ask questions what they do in speaking. So every day she used to call me and we used to sit, and then we used to talk, and that's how I practice my speaking. But also, what I used to do, I used to stand in front of mirror and I used to talk to myself on different topics. So that's how I did my speaking. And then reading, for reading also you can find material online, and also you can find them on YouTube as well. So you just need to Google to find all those things. So that's how I prepared my IELTS, and it worked pretty good for me. I think I had seven. Yeah, I think I had band seven. Band seven was sufficient enough for any university. How much amount can we take as a study loan for masters in the UK? So it depends on a lot of things. So if you're taking collateral loan, or if you are taking from HDFC Cradle, probably they won't charge you. They won't ask you for any collateral, but then the interest rates will be high probably. So one factor is that, and the next is you need to show them your offer letter. So there your course fee will be mentioned. So that will be your course fee plus living expenses. So you need to show them a letter that so and so will be my living expenses there. So probably university can issue a living expense letter quoting amount that you will need to survive in the UK. So university fees plus living expense, you can give that letter to your bank, and if you are eligible to take that much loan, they can provide you that much. How much maths is important in data science? Is it tough compared to other topics? Any suggestions? I have many times listed down the playlists for maths, but I will do that again. So yeah, I will. I'm just noting down that I need to list down all the links to the playlist for maths topics. So yeah, I will list down all the maths playlists, and it's not that tough actually. So if you have basic understanding of like what probability distribution function is, what cumulative distribution function is, what is the significance of p-value, how to do hypothesis testing, what is A/B testing, what is precision recall, false positive, and true positive, things like that. So if you have knowledge of all those things, it shouldn't be that hard. So yeah, I will put down all the playlists related to math topics. Uh, are there jobs available for other profiles in data science? Job like Yes, definitely. I mean, I think more jobs are there for data engineer as compared to data science. So definitely there are for machine learning also there are, but relatively less. So there are many job roles and jobs available which comes under data science. So if you are interested in data engineer, then definitely you can go for it. And there are lots and lots of jobs available for data engineer. I think it is more than data science. Can you expect to find a job of itna k pound in data analytics or as Power BI developer if you have a decent project? Yes, definitely. You can even expect for around 35K or something. So it's totally possible. I heard that you did internship in GAN. Can you tell more about it? I think I've talked about my internship in one of my videos. So yeah, that's there. But what I did was I was using synthetic data vault, which uses conditional GAN under the hood to generate synthetic tabular data. So that was the gist of my project. And I also have the link of my project repository on my GitHub. So if you want to read the paper or report that I wrote, so for more details, so you can go through that as well. Um, how is the situation in getting a rated sponsor job in the UK? Please elaborate. The thing is, getting sponsorship job is tough, but it's not impossible, and it depends on your profile, what you have, that kind of projects that you have. And the thing is, if you have very practical projects, practical in the sense it's actually deployed on the internet, and the recruiter can actually go to those applications and play around, and they see that you are capable enough to handle a particular data science project or a software engineering project from end to end, then there is more chances that you can get really high paying salary and even sponsorship as well. So yeah, it is there. The important thing is to getting your resume shortlisted, and if you have a very good portfolio, then you will have a good chance that you will get a very high salary and as well as sponsorship. Hey, I'm already working as a data scientist in healthcare domain, and I am recently thinking of enrolling in some big data course. Can you give me some guidance? Uh, I don't really have any idea about some good big data courses, but if you already have some in your view, do let me know in the comment section. I will reply there. But then, yeah, it's a good thing to keep learning because data is growing every day, and if you will get experience and knowledge of topics from big data and how to handle those things like uh, Spark or Hadoop and all those kind of things, it will give you upper hand, and then you will have even broader spectrum of jobs. So yes, it's always good to learn new things. I have completed a certificate program in data science and AI from IntelliPad in association with IIT Madras with a year of experience in data engineering field. Okay. Would it be correct for me to go for a master's from UK, or should I complete an online master's and continue with the job for 2 3 years simultaneously and then look for some job to switch abroad? The thing is, finding job abroad from India is hard. So if your main goal is to go abroad and work there, then it's kind of best possible ways to go for masters and then find job. But then again, it's better to come for masters with 2 or 3 years of experience. So I would suggest you to continue your job for at least 2 3 years, and then if you feel like you need to switch and if you want to come outside India, then take a master's course, and then you will be able to get a job here relatively easily as compared to if you are a fresher. So that's there. But once you will reach 2 years of experience, you can simultaneously apply for jobs outside as well. So if you are able to find something, then that's the best case scenario, right? So yeah, you can do that. Are there any cool places you visited in the UK during your course? Cool places. I went to York and Durham. I really like those fort-like cities where you have old buildings. So York and Durham both are like that. And in York, you have this Harry Potter themed stream, which is like a uh, Diagon Alley. So that was a really cool place. And those are the only two places where I visit. And I also went to Bristol recently to meet my friend, and there we went to cathedral and aquarium and all those things. So Bristol is a really lovely city as well. So yeah, these are few places where I went, and it was really enjoyable. So thanks for explaining. I don't have projects to show, but I have decent experience, and this masters might help, I guess. I am currently looking for uni. What's your view on selecting one in London versus outside? Does uni name and rank play? So when I was looking for my universities, I applied in London as well and outside London. And nowadays the scenario is like you don't really have to go to interviews personally. You can attend all the rounds online. So if you are in London, if you are in Newcastle, if you are in Scotland, it doesn't really matter where you are. So you can join, I mean, you can take university as per your budget and also see if that city is not that expensive. So staying in London might give you a little bit of upper hand, but maybe not. Maybe the difference is not too much as of these days. So that's there, and ranking doesn't really matter at all, uh, unless it's some university which nobody has heard of ever before. So it's like that. So I had offer from Glasgow University, and I also had offer from Newcastle University. Glasgow ranks at around 73 or 74 at least at that time, and Newcastle was ranking at around 150 or something. So Newcastle was relatively lower ranked university, but then I still went for Newcastle University simply because living expense in Newcastle is cheaper, and also the course content I really liked because it was totally based on the coursework that you do, project that you do, and there was no written exams and such. So uh, I didn't really care about ranking of the university. So that's there. Which city would I rate best for Indian students? Bigger cities are actually more diverse. So Newcastle is relatively small, but then here also there are lots of Indian or Asian people. But if you go to cities like London, Bristol, Manchester, or cities like that, there you will get a lot of places where you will get Indian food, and the food is actually tasting really good there. And it's sort of hard to find such places in smaller cities. So if you are very picky about food, and if you really like Indian food, and if you want to try every now and then, so probably bigger cities will be the better option. But there are few uh, Indian places here in small cities as well. Which is more suitable for someone not comfortable with maths, data analytics, or data science? See, even if you are doing data analytics, you need to know statistics because you need to uh, justify your findings, right? So statistics comes there as well. And if you get into data science, then it contains data analytics and all the other things like machine learning and deep learning as well. So the backbone of data science is actually maths. So it's not like you need to know a lot of maths, but if you know very basic of mathematical concepts, like I told you, again I will share the playlist. If you go through that playlist and if you feel like yes, you are able to understand all those things, then you will be just fine. And business analytics is very different. Definitely for business analytics, you don't really need much mathematics. So if you really hate maths or you don't want to get into mathematics, then you can go for business analytics. I'm currently a fresher thinking of going for masters in the UK in Jan or September intake. Will 3 to 6 months internship or a year of work experience will give me an advantage? Definitely. I mean, every experience counts, So maybe not by huge margin, but at least you will have something on your resume that you have worked on a live practical project, you have worked in industry, you are familiar with how team work in industry and what all tools they use. So as compared to being a complete fresher out of the university, it will definitely give you a little bit of advantage. So yeah, it's a good option to do that. Oh, today we are almost 1 hour 45 minutes. This is the longest stream I have done. Now my voice is also breaking. Thanks again. I would like to know your future plans in your field and study. In the UK, you are gonna stay in UK for PR or will move? Uh, Definitely, I'm not moving back to India, but I don't really have any plans of PR at this point. I still want to explore a little more about UK and how I will like, because generally when you move to a new country, you like the country for first few years and then you realize, no, it's not as per my liking. So, and the reason why I'm not moving back to India is because I've invested a lot in my master, so I want to make some money, pay off my loans, and then probably I'll think of something else. If I want to go back to India, then I will probably go back to India, and if I really like here, then probably I will try to uh, continue to stay here in the UK. Or maybe if I want to move to some other country, then probably I will see that. So yeah, that is there. So that's what my plan. I don't have any rigid plan at this point, but we'll see where future takes. Please do give me some tips to find data analytics internship, uh, be it in the UK or India. To find internship, I think I have made a video on how I found my internship, but the thing is, you can apply on LinkedIn, you can apply on all the job portals, but also it's important to go to meetups and participate in hackathons. So there you make really good connections, and then from there you can actually find good internships. So that's a short uh, explanation and how you can find internships. Oh, this is the longest live stream. Low. Keep up the achievement. Yeah, I'm trying my best. I'm just hoping that my throat doesn't leave me alone. Is University of Southampton a good university, and how is the city? I don't have much knowledge about Southampton University and also about the city, so I really need to look into the course content and the university. So yeah, I will look into it and I will let you know. I will again note down the university name. Uh, will experience in data engineering before masters be counted, or will we be? No, no, it definitely counts because data engineering is a part of uh, data science job. So it's important you know how to handle large scale data and how to use it efficiently. So yeah, it counts as a relevant experience. How to get good at reading research paper? It's all about practice, practice, practice. If you read lots and lots of papers, you will eventually get better at it. One short thing is read the abstract and try to get as much as you can. Like if it is giving you what it is doing, how it is done, why it is being done, what are the results, and if there is any future work mentioned in that, and what was the novelty. So if those things are mentioned in the abstract and if you think it's worth reading further, then go for that. It's not like every paper you download or every paper you get you have to read from starting to the end. Read the abstract part. If it's still keeps you interested in reading further, then go for introduction and see if it is uh, explaining the problem properly. That is done. Then go for objectives. You don't really have to go into related work because sometimes related work takes quite a large chunk of the paper. So you can probably skip that. You can directly jump to methodology. So you can read methodology, how they are doing those things, and then probably you can go to results to see in detail how the results are, and then read conclusions. So that way you can skim through the paper really fast, and that will give you opportunity to read more papers. And probably when you read more and more paper over the time, you will know how exactly to do that. So yeah, that's it. What is possible rate of getting job for fresher in the UK? One thing is there that within a year or so after completion of your course, you will eventually find a job because, like I told you, I was talking to one of the seniors who completed his masters last year, and I asked him, can you tell me if all of your batchmates have found a job?" He was like, "Yes, they all have got jobs." So you can say that if you give a time period of 1 year or so, the getting a job rate is around 100% or something. So yeah, that's there. Oh, my dissertation is done. I've already submitted my dissertation. So yeah, it's done. It was really good. It was really enjoying. I worked on something new, so it was really fun. With just 61% marks in bachelor's, can we expect to get into a good college or university? Here, I think most universities have cutoff of around 60%. They mentioned 2:1 or 2:2, something like that. So I think one of them or either of them means uh, 60%. So it is totally possible. But if you are applying for like University of Edinburgh or something, and so obviously there will be people with 80% or even more than that. So you will probably not be able to get into those universities, but then there are lots and lots of universities, so there are chances that you will get, so because you have 61%, so it's more than 60%. Yeah, yeah, like Ayush mentioned, 2:1 is 60 to 65, so you are totally fine. Yeah. Would you say that masters gave you a better skill of reading research as opposed to? Yes, definitely. As part of masters, I read lots and lots of papers, and we actually had a paper reading session. So where we had to read two papers, and we just had like around a week or so to read those papers, and those papers were really really huge. So we had to read those papers, and we had to tell our evaluator what we got out of that paper and what difficulties we faced, and they gave us some tips. So it actually helped me a lot. uh, do you interact with many international people? As part of my internship, yes, I interacted with quite a lot of people. Even as part of my masters, we had people from UK, of course, from India, from Greece, from Cyprus. So people were from all different places, from Turkey. So yes, I interacted with lots and lots of people. So it's also good to talk to them because our thinking process varies a lot based on where you're coming from. So yeah, it's always fun to talk to people from all different regions. Can someone from engineering background get into business analytics, by the way? Amazing content. Thank you so much, Sanjay. And yes, definitely, all you have to do is pick up skills. In For business analytics, I think it's very important to have good communication skill. So it's like if you can uh, get your communication skill to a very good extent, or if you already have it, then well and good. If you can communicate between stakeholders and your team, you can do that. And but the one thing is that I'm not sure what kind of projects you can put on your I mean, personal projects, what you can put on your resume if you want to get into business analytics. If you have any idea, or if any one of you have any idea, do let us know. So that will definitely help, because it's important to have a good profile for any job. How much money costs to study in masters? It depends on the city you are living in and on the university's fees. For me, it costed around 25k pounds, or 25 lakh Indian rupees. So, and I'm doing my masters from Newcastle University, and I'm living in Newcastle upon Tyne. Did you had any other countries like Canada in choice before selecting UK? If yes, then what? I was primarily looking into Ireland. Canada was not my option, mainly because I was not satisfied with the course content. I was specifically looking for MSc in data science, but there most of the courses were masters in computer science and all. So yeah, that's why I didn't choose Canada. US, I personally don't like US, so that's there. And Germany was also one of the considerations, but then because of language, I even tried learning German, and then after 2 days I was like, no, language is not my thing, and it's actually kind of hard for me to pick up any language. So I find it hard to learn new languages. So yeah, that's why I didn't go to Germany. I was looking for Ireland, mainly because there we have 1 year of masters. So I wanted to have a fast-paced learning, because I already had some prior knowledge. So that's why I was looking into Ireland. And also in Ireland, there is 2 years of post-study work visa. And then I got to know about UK is also providing 2 years of post-study work visa. So I was thinking, why not look into some of the courses? And when I looked into some of the courses, and I realized that it's much more practical-based learning in the UK as compared to Ireland. So I decided to apply to uh, UK universities as well. I applied to universities in Ireland as well. I had offer from Ireland as well, but then I eventually opted for UK. No worries, Robert. You're more than welcome. Did you also apply to Trinity College Dublin? I think I applied. Yeah, I had applied, and once I had made all the payments for Newcastle University, and already my visa process was already started and all, then I had got offer. So then it was no point of backing out, because then I had to just leave around 1,50,000 or something, whatever I had paid as part of my deposit. So yeah, Trinity College Dublin is really good university. I We are about to reach 2 hours, so I think I will end this stream, because even I am feeling really tired. My back is paining now. But yeah, I will answer these two questions. And if you still have any question, post in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to answer those questions. When are you coming back to India? At this point, I don't really know, because in December I can't, because if I get some sponsorship or something, then probably I'll have to be here for visa process. So I can't, and if I don't get, then I'll have to apply for post study work visa. For that also, I have to be in the UK. So maybe during Easter time, around April or something next year. That is the thing. But then that time it will be really hot in India. So I think I will go to India in December next year, probably. I know it's a long time I've been away from India, but yeah, that's there. One thing that you cannot happy with in the UK. One thing that I'm not happy with in the UK. What could it be? Yeah, there is one thing. So, like in India, if you want to go to hospital, right? So you can just get up and you can go to any clinic which you have. You can go there. So that is one thing. And here you have to take appointment. It's hard to get appointment here. So that is one thing. And then there are very less those kind of shops. Like if you want to drink juice, right? You go out, you buy juice, you will get it. Here also you will get it, but it's really expensive. and also those kind of small stores that you get, right? So those we don't have here. So those kind of things I really miss. I still feel like India is more kind of free to live in, and very open type of country where you can actually feel yourself, so in that regard I still feel India is much better as compared to UK. But uh, in terms of climate, I really like here because it's cold. I like cooler temperatures. That's there, and it's very clean here. Very clean in terms that there is no wet garbage. In India, if it rains, there everywhere it will be water, water, water. Here drainage system is really good, so in that regard it's really good. Yes, dry garbage is sometimes here and there, so that is there. So in terms of these two things I really like UK, but then there are a few things that I don't like about UK. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I hope I was able to answer your questions. And now, please post all the questions in the comments. I will be answering those in the comments because I am actually feeling really tired. And where I'm from Kota, Rajasthan, but I was born in Srinagar, which is in Jammu and Kashmir, very really cold place. And I have been. My father is in army, so I have lived in many other states, mostly cooler places. So because of that, I'm very much used to cooler temperatures, and I can't really handle a lot of heat. So that's it. But I am from Rajasthan. Yeah, Kota, Rajasthan. Great. This video has so much of the information anyone looking for info data science. It will be nice if you made it available as video. Yes, it will be there on the channel. I mean, all the live streams that I have done, it is always there on the channel, because I totally understand, because and all we get a lot of very good questions here, right? And many people are looking for those, so I keep them on the channel. So whenever you want to rewatch them, or if you feel somebody is asking you that question, if you feel like this content is worth for sharing, then definitely share it. I will be really thankful for. Do you think the salary is extremely less in the UK? I have heard the package is fixed depending on the experience. It's sufficient enough to survive, so that's there. And you can also save, and you can also pay back your loan, so it's good enough. Uh, yes, it definitely helped me a lot. Thanks, Rupa, for joining. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. If you have any question, do post in the comment section, and I'll be answering those things. And I have the points which I have noted down. I will be putting the links and answers to those things as well in the comment section. So do check out that as well. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Let's hope we reach 7,000 soon. We recently reached 6,000. So subscribe to the channel, and if you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up. It always keeps me motivated to uh, come live and talk to you guys. It's always fun to talk to you guys like this. So yeah, I will end the stream now. I hope you guys will do really good, and yeah, keep learning.